congratulations for that win.
Yeah.
Fourth time that Petro participating in the BAL, and this time is theirs. I mean, as a teammate, as part of the team, what can you say from day one until now?
I mean, we came ready to win the championship because we've been here 3 years or 4. So this year we got some good players. Me, everyone is good. We just came with the energy, the effort, because we wanted to win. That's all we came with.
Since the first conference that you played until now, what are the lessons learned that helped you improve your game as a pro, and for sure we continue to lead your game?
I learned that I gotta be focused the world game and the world tournament. You can never give up until the last minutes, bro. When you wanna win, you gotta give effort all time, bro. All time. That's what I have to say, bro.
Seeing that in the playoff, it hasn't been that easy, but you made it through. You actually won the most important games, and now you won. What advice can you say to the youngsters? I mean, the people which are the same age like you and want to represent the team, the national team or the club?
Yeah, first you gotta have faith in God. You know, you cannot do anything without God. The second thing, you gotta work hard and believe in your teammates. You know, listen to the coach. Always be together, and that's it. You gotta be together with your teammates, work hard, and win. Everyone wants to win, but not everyone can do it, bro. So
A message for the fans in Portuguese.
Nós vos amamos muito e obrigado pelo suporte que vocês nos deram todo o campeonato. One love.
Petro de Luanda are the 2024 BAL champions, and this is just awesome. As Petro de Luanda went ahead and beat Al Ahly Benghazi in the finals 107-94 on Saturday to win the 2024 BAL chip at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda. So I wasn't able to make a video yesterday talking about it, and a day later I just said let me just put my thoughts together and just make this video. I was on the move, and right now I will be dropping a couple of videos just talking about the BL and just giving a recap on what happened. But the Petro de Luanda team did not disappoint, because I made a video prior to the finals, the BL finals happening, and I talked about the scenarios that would have led to Al Ahly or Petro de Luanda winning, and the team that needed to win and had to win was Petro de Luanda, because looking at the history of this team, they have made every single semi-finals. They have never missed a BAL season. They've made the postseason 4 consecutive times. And if you look at their history, they have been knocking on that door, because in the first ever season, Petro de Luanda finished number 3. In BAL season 2, they finished number 2, and they were in the finals against US Monastir, but they didn't win it. In BAL season 3, it was very disappointing because they even got beat in the 3rd place game and they finished number 4. And in this season, they were just on that path to just winning it, and they completed that goal and that mission. So the Petro de Luanda team going up against the Al Ahly Benghazi team was very unexpected, because I never expected or ever thought that the Al Ahly Benghazi team would have been able to be in the BAL finals. But the inexperience bug, and looking at the Al Ahly Benghazi team not being able to be in this situation, because this was the first go around that they had, and they were not able to complete their Cinderella story in the BAL. So they suffered the wrath, and they were at the receiving end of this L. So Petro de Luanda, this is the first continental title they've won since the 2015 FIBA Africa Champions Cup in their capital in Rwanda. So the Angolan champions trailed 52-40 at the break, but managed to turn things around in the 3rd quarter to end Al Ahly's 3-game winning streak in the postseason. Because for the Al Ahly Benghazi team to be able to make it to the finals, they had to win 3 times. So Nicholas Forst led the new champions with 24 points. Markeith Cummings added 20, and Cleusto Castro provided a massive performance of 10 points off the bench. So Joel Ausil Jr., who was named the 2024 BL MVP, finished with 15 points, but his efforts were not good enough to steer the Libyan champions to glory. So Ausil Jr. is now the second South Sudanese since Nuni Omot in 2023 to win a BAL MVP award. So South Sudan have just etched themselves in history, and they have really been dominating. Not necessarily with their teams, especially the Cobra Sport team. The last time we saw them was in Barcelona too, but the players coming from South Sudan, there are a couple of them, and you have seen them just go ahead and do spectacular things. So Petro de Luanda found themselves in unfamiliar territory, as they had given up 50 points in any first two quarters before, but an 11-0 run in the third quarter saw the Petro de Luanda team take a commanding double-digit lead to register another comeback and get to the point where they were able to close out and win the game. So Petro de Luanda bench provided a huge lift yet again, outscoring Al-Ahly's 51-27. So the Petro de Luanda team, given the experience that they had, they were much more prepared for this situation, because they have made the semis, they have made the BAL finals, so they knew how to conduct themselves, even given the roster changes and the new roster additions that they had. But looking at the way the game panned out, I was so excited to see the Petro de Luanda team just go ahead there, especially Nicholas Forst. His 24 points was massive. Markeith Cummings, he had 20. Luceni Goncalves, he had 16 points. And Luceni, his performance was very much needed. It was very much vital for him to be able to even put up 8 rebounds to go along with his 16 points, and also add an extra 8 assists in there. So looking at how he played and having Nicholas Forst just hitting his threes, it was necessary for the Petro de Luanda team to have these types of players come out with these performances to be able to win it. Petro de Luanda, they led in field goal percentage. They shot 50% from the field, 58% on 2-point field goals, 36% from deep, and 62% from the line. And not only that, they led in rebounds with 48 total rebounds, 26 assists, and 9 steals. But looking at the Al-Ahly Benghazi team, they led in 3-point percentage and free throw percentage, which allowed them to make the game close, but not close enough, as the Petro de Luanda team were able to make a run, and they were able to go ahead and win the game. And in the final seconds of the game, in the final minutes and final possession of the game, you could see the Al-Ahly Benghazi team just break, and they were just turning over the ball. And at that point, they just knew for a fact that the Petro de Luanda team were going to win, because that game was very close. At some point, the Al-Ahly Benghazi team withstood that run, but looking at the way the Petro de Luanda team just had the experience, just went ahead and just got the job done, and it was something that was needed, as this Petro de Luanda championship just catapults them to another level we have never seen before, as this adds another angle in their history as the first sub-Saharan team to win the BL championship. Majority of the championships you've been seeing Tunisia and Egypt dominating, especially North Africa. But looking at the things that happened this postseason, Petro de Luanda were just lining themselves up for that BAL championship. And the good thing was, when I made a couple of videos ago just talking about Petro de Luanda, I just said their championship was due, and they just had to win. They just had to make sure to win a BAL championship, because the OG teams already got one. We saw Zamalek win, saw USM win, and you saw Al-Ahly, the defending champions from Egypt, they won it, but they got knocked out because they were not able to beat the Al-Ahly Benghazi team. But if you look at Petro de Luanda, they were the only OG team, the only old team right now in this BAL playoffs. So they had the most experience, and they just used that experience in their favor, and it worked. Particularly, I must say, it was a very, very good run. So Luceni Goncalves, he also came out and said everyone on the team knew that Cleosio would be the difference maker in this game because of his hard-working attitude. And Luceni Goncalves, he was just sensational. That's 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. And he also added he was really aggressive on both ends of the floor and managed to neutralize number 41. So that's Joe Lal Ausil Jr. So Luceni Goncalves went on to say that losing to Ace Downs in the 2023 BL semi-finals was a defeat. It was a lesson that made sure to implement this season. And they're able to get their revenge on the Ace Downers team, because when they lost in the 2023 BAL finals, it was such a heartbreaking loss. And losing in that fashion, especially with all the stars lining towards Petro de Luanda just winning, it was such a crushing defeat. But luckily enough, the Petro de Luanda team were able to avenge that loss. They were able to go ahead and win the game. And also Lukeni Gong Alves, he also added, he said, "We came ready to fight. At halftime break, we looked at each other in the eyes and pledged that this was our turn to win the BAL trophy. When they showed signs of fatigue in the third quarter, we stepped up our aggression even further, and that's how we won the game." So Lukeni Gong Alves, he was just out there, and he just did it for not only for his club but also for his country. And he has been spectacular on both the club level and the national team level. So while Petro de Luanda closed the the 2024 BL campaign with a 5-3 record, Al Ahly finished with 6-4. So with this win, the Petro de Luanda team earned the right to represent Africa at the next FIBA Intercontinental Cup next September in Singapore. So we're waiting on that one, because there's always levels. When you win the BAL championship, you go represent the continent. So Petro de Luanda, they look to represent the continent, as the same case as Zamalek, USM, and the Al Ahly team from Egypt, as they also participate in this tournament. And it's something that is very, very good for African basketball. But I'll also come back and just talk about, just give my highlights and just create another video talking about the things I saw in the BL. But this one is first in just a series of videos in just in conclusion of this BAL season 4, because it's been an epic ride. I've produced a multitude of videos. I can say, even dare say, an avalanche of videos. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll just follow this up with some highlights as we normally do in this channel. So yeah, man, if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments. What you think about this whole thing, what you think about the BAL. I mean, it was just epic. It was sensational. My team won. I was rooting for the Petro de Luanda team, and they did not disappoint me. So like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Talk to you now.